Hi everyone, and welcome back to Art, and welcome back for the last day of our Chinese scroll project. Now we've been working a lot on these projects. We've been using a lot of value in both of our artworks. We used value when we made our mountains, fading from light to dark. We used value in our sky when we faded from light to dark, or maybe your sky fades from dark to light. And we've also added silhouettes onto each one of our artworks. So hopefully you finished all these steps and you are now ready to turn in a picture of your projects. When we turn in our picture, we're going to take one picture that has both of our scrolls in it. So I want you to lay your scrolls down on the table side by side and take one picture of both of your artworks. We're going to attach that to the Google assignment. But before we do this, there is one small little detail that I really think we should add to our artwork. A small detail that's going to make them look even more like the Chinese and Japanese scrolls that inspired our project. Now, before I show you what this small detail is, let's look at those real scrolls and see if we can find the small detail that I'm talking about. So here we have two of those scrolls. And on both of these, there is that small detail that I really think we should add. Let's go to another one. Yep, I see it on both of these as well. Now, I haven't told you what the detail is, but I will give you a hint. This small detail is red. So we're looking for a tiny red detail. Let's go to two more. And yes, I see them again. And I see it again on this one. Now, it's really hard to see what this detail is without zooming in, so let me zoom in on the detail. And there it is. And here it is on the actual scroll up here in the corner. This is a red stamp placed on the artwork. And this stamp is very important. This stamp tells us the artist who made the artwork. And the stamp is kind of cool. Let me show you how they make them. They carve these letters, well, these symbols, I should say, out of wood or out of stone, and they stamp their name onto the artwork. They don't write with a brush, they use a stamp. Now, the thing that's interesting about the stamp, it's very hard to make the same stamp twice. Even if I tried my hardest, it would be almost impossible to make the same exact stamp, especially if I was using stone. The good thing about this, it's very hard to fake the painting. You would not be able to put someone else's stamp unless you owned it. So this is the seal of authenticity. It shows us that the artwork we are looking at is a true, one-of-a-kind painting done by the artist. They sealed it with their stamp. We know that it's a real painting. Now we are going to be adding our name, our stamp, to our projects, showing that it's a true, one-of-a-kind original. Now, we're not actually going to stamp our names. We're not going to make stamps out of stone. That would take a long time, and we only need it for today. But we are going to be adding our name, and we are going to use red like the real scrolls. Now, we are also going to be writing our name in Chinese. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mr. Hampson, you've lost your mind. I do not know how to write my name in Chinese. How are we going to do this? Well, guess what? I don't know how to write my name in Chinese either. And I don't know how to teach you to write your name in Chinese or Japanese, but I do know an awesome trick that's going to make all of the viewers who look at our art think that we actually wrote our name. Yes, we are going to trick them into thinking we wrote our name. Let me show you how we are going to do this. Here I have a code key. It takes every letter in the English alphabet and it matches it up with a Chinese-Japanese symbol. I say Chinese-Japanese because I cannot tell the difference. I don't know how to read Chinese or Japanese, so I can't tell just by looking at this which one it is. But here we have a letter that matches with each symbol. So for me, I'm going to take the letters of my name and I'm going to draw the symbols that go with it. But this is fake. This is a big lie. The Chinese and Japanese symbols do not match with the letters in the English alphabet. We have 26 letters in the English alphabet, and we use these 26 letters to create words. When we go to school, we learn how to spell and create words with these letters. But in China and in Japan, that's not how they learn to write. You see, each one of those symbols is actually a word. It's not a letter. So what we're looking at over here is not the letter A. That is actually a symbol that is a word all on its own. I wish I knew what it was. I don't. For all we know, that could be the word school. Or maybe that symbol means home. I don't know what these symbols are, but we're going to use these actual symbols to create something that looks just like the real signature. Now, in the English language, we write starting on the left and going across to the right. But in China, that's not how these letters work. You see, instead, the letters are going to start at the top and work their way down. So when you sign your name with these fake codes and these fake symbols, the first letter in your name will go on the top and we go down in order. So I already added this to mine. I put my symbols over here on the side of my paper. And on this one, I had light blue at the top, so I put my red symbols up at the top. And I only used 3 symbols. I did not write my full name. That would be way too big. I just used my initials. So I want you to do the same thing. You're going to find the letters that are your initials. You're going to find the symbols that match, and we're going to try our best to draw these symbols on our actual artwork. Now, this is definitely something you should practice. You want to try to make these symbols as small as possible, like the real thing. So practice with a nice, sharp pencil. Red would be perfect. It would look like the real thing. But if you don't have red, you can use a regular pencil too. And we're going to put these red symbols on our actual artwork. Then we can take our picture and turn it in. This project will be complete. Now again, putting your symbols, you can put them anywhere. Usually they go on the side or the top. It might be kind of hard to put them on the bottom because I don't think the red colored pencil is covering the black colored pencil, but try, see if it works. Now I would not put your name right in the middle, and definitely don't make it that big. We want to keep this real tiny, as small as we possibly can. So take your practice paper, test out your initials a few times, try to get them really small, and after you are ready, let's sign our artwork tiny in the corner and take our pictures and turn them in. All right, guys, that's it for today. All we're doing is signing our name, taking our pictures. I'll see you next time for a brand new art project. Very excited to see how these came out. Very excited to see them get sent, get turned in, and I will see you guys next time.